Visit TIAABank.com/community champion for details, terms, and conditions. The deadline to nominate is June 26th. Visit TIAABank.com/community champion.
Need to replenish your company's supply of promo items? Make the call to Hardball today and let Hardball do it all. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Ackerman Urology has the latest options for improving men's health and vitality. Our board-certified urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
I'm done with y'all.
What did I do?
I'm done, both of y'all. No, not just you. JJ too.
What did JJ do?
It's like I mean I can't even just.
We just started the show.
Y'all live to just dump all over Michael Jordan.
How? What did I do to dump on Michael Jordan?
I said he might have a disease. We'll talk to Doc about it.
Not even that. It's like the little tweets that JJ listed the teams they played in the playoffs.
I just didn't think that.
I don't understand what the problem with that is.
The Bullets, the Bullets, and then the Hornets, and then the Pacers was a very tough road to get to the NBA Finals.
Just like if you would have told somebody at that time that the person that people think is the GOAT is going to have to fight to get through the Warriors, everybody would have been like, yeah.
You're comparing those teams in the crappy 90s East to the greatest team of all time.
The Warriors are the greatest team of all time.
Well, they beat the regular season record, but it don't mean a thing.
I was more talking about the
rank.
Next year's Warriors with KD were better.
Michael.
I'm all right. I'm not gonna block y'all, but I am going to unfollow y'all for.
You can mute.
Okay.
I don't have a problem with Michael Jordan though.
Man, you do though. You say that, but then
I'm wearing Jordans right now.
Me too.
That's different. That is self-serving. You like the shoes.
If I didn't I don't own a pair of LeBrons.
Wow, who does?
I don't know. That's a good question. Somebody's buying them. He keeps getting the deal.
I just thought it was inappropriate for James to say that he was getting emotional about losers and how he isn't one of them, but he didn't really shed.
He didn't shed one tear over his dad. That was the only thing that was an observation. That wasn't a hate. He didn't. He talked about his dad with a straight face, like he didn't want to. Matter of fact, kudos to RJ for this. RJ brought up Michael French. Anyways, noted mobster, one of the richest mobsters in the world, who has on record saying MJ's dad got hit because of MJ's gambling debts. Yep. And it's almost like he had to coach himself up so that he did not slip and say anything that was disrespectful for his dad. And I get that, but
they didn't spend enough time on it.
To me, it would have been like, I thought that would choke you up. But especially he broke down crying. He cried like he cried after he won the championship on the way back.
You took every segment and griped about something last night. No. You took the segment. You called him the B word.
I did no such thing.
You did.
I did.
You did. Yes, you did.
I think he was talking about his teammates.
No, he wasn't. He was talking about how Jordan has to find every little thing to motivate him.
Oh, no. What I was just saying is
segment
I
after segment.
But no, it's not bad. That's what drives him.
He said that.
Michael Jordan, but hold on. The crazy thing is, MJ said that and everybody else said that. You're not going to go block them.
MJ said what?
MJ said he found stuff. MJ made up that a guy said that what the young man said. That young man just went out and did his job.
I don't even remember his name, but he was like, hey, that guy after the game said, nice game, MJ.
I know. I thought that was nice, actually.
I was like, out of all the things to be upset about, or if you could lie about a guy making fun of you, wouldn't you make it a little bit more colorful than that?
Okay.
And then he said, well, first of all, the whole not giving the Magic any credit, by the way, is despicable. Oh, he was so tired. In that 10-minute segment, they must have said the word tired 15 times. And then when he said, oh, I saw George Karl at dinner, and he walked past me.
So
and he
what
was
is
like,
y'all's
"Oh,
gripe
right
about
then,
this?
I'm gonna beat his
I have
ass."
no
So what
gripe.
is
If
your gripe
George
about
Carl
this?
would have came over to the table, he would have come up with
So
something
what?
to hate about.
I don't really.
So what?
I don't have a gripe. I'm just like, holy.
What does that have to do? I mean,
It's
I
just
don't.
It's just-
propaganda. It's a great
yeah.
documentary, but it's
like if
too
that-
much.
Y'all don't do that. Y'all don't. By the
I
way,
don't.
y'all don't do
not
that.
every little thing. I don't say like.
Oh, I look for stuff.
People actually come at me, but I don't say like this person retweeted and said my take was dumb. I'm going to kill them. Like that doesn't. It does. Life doesn't work like that. Maybe that's why I'm not a winner. I don't know, but I know a lot of people who are very motivated, alpha males. That this is not how they operate, which is fine. The biggest thing where I'll say that I might have crossed the line was like I understand why his wife left him. Because you can't have two women
That's
in
the
a
one I
house.
was talking
you can't
about.
have two women in the
See,
house
this
looking
is
for
so
reasons
crazy.
to get mad at each other.
This is why I'm blocking
But
y'all.
time out, is that not what he literally said
no,
on the show?
he did not say that.
I look for little things. BJ knows better. He had a great game.
Okay, all right, hold on.
Well,
hold
he's
on,
one of your former teammates.
That's another
Whoa.
part I was upset
BJ
about.
Armstrong is one of the
Did you hear
nicest
what
people
James
ever.
just said?
They were acting like in the documentary. I'll get back to that in a second. But they were acting like in the documentary. Anybody thought the Hornets had a chance after that game. He's like, right after that, I came back and I whooped them. And it's like,
y'all are such haters.
Like
that is
nobody's
exactly
really
what y'all are.
Hornets, bro.
Even
Like-
BJ
like,
Armstrong said, I
seriously.
knew we didn't have a chance.
Yeah.
to beat them.
James just said that he said the same thing. No wonder my wife left me. He didn't come
My
close
bad.
to that.
Okay, he didn't say that part.
He didn't even call
But
himself
he did
anything.
say, I look for things
yes.
to get me mad. And that's why
I
I
do
just
too.
took it to the next level. But you don't have a documentary where and you don't live every day of your life to
No.
go by. It is basically one or two people. It's not everybody in the league.
Listen,
He had
how?
friends.
But I guess here's my aggravation with you two. How are y'all even questioning this man? How he motivated himself?
I'm not
Like he's.
do
If
whatever
y'all don't
you
want to
have
give him
do.
GOAT status, fine. That's fine. That's arguable. That's cool.
You got to do what you.
But
gotta
he's
do.
top 3 of
Oh, without a doubt.
all
time.
time.
But what I'm saying is,
I'm just questioning him as a person.
arguing that.
Did you
he
pull for him as a
is.
person?
When I was a kid, of course. As a player, yeah.
No, I knew he was. As a young man, I knew he wasn't a likable person.
By
But I
the
knew
way,
he was a winner.
In that game where he apparently went at BJ Armstrong, he was 9 of 20 from the field. See, they don't tell you that. In the documentary, it was like, oh
I
my
didn't realize
God,
it was
he
that
had
bad.
such
Was it
a
really that
monster
bad?
game after that. It's like, no, he
Was it
didn't.
really that bad?
It was.
Why would they tell you that? It's his
Exactly.
documentary.
Now,
And-
the
and
funny thing,
remember
they
when
told
you
you
guys
about
tried to
when Gary Payton slapped the glove on him.
Yeah.
They said it then. But it's just, he has.
It's a Jordan
what we need to
documentary, by
really
the way.
do is this.
It's not a
and
book.
I,
No doubt.
But now I did see. I think a lot of the world could be better if we really did adopt MJ's mindset, or if we put MJ in charge of more things. Like, for example,
Like owning a basketball team.
If 45, no,
I don't
we
even
don't
like
want
where
to do that.
this is going now.
If 4-5 would have said, "Yo, MJ, COVID said they would beat you in a game of 21, and they would go 15 unanswered on you.
Wouldn't be here.
We wouldn't even have a quarantine. It would have been antibodies. It'd have been tests. Everything would have been figured out because MJ is that competitive.
All the masks would have had little Jordan logos.
Yeah, he's so competitive. Every Jordan shop would have been converted.
A
All
COVID
these
shop.
shoe drops, all sneakerheads would be pissed because all the resources would go into something else.
Man, see,
MJ looks at you like, I can't believe you wore white shoes. My daddy like white shoes. You know what happened to my daddy.
I don't have
50 about to be put on you.
I don't have not a problem with that.
I'm just
not.
I
one.
really don't have an issue with it. It's just an observation.
I have an
That's
issue
all.
with people being so offended by our observations.
No, you don't, because that's the only reason why you're making them.
The number one loser in this documentary, by the way, Pippen, looks
Oh man, that was
terrible.
So, you didn't
in
say
every
anything about that.
episode.
I
haven't said anything about any of it.
I was quick to talk about that. I'm like, oh, that's why y'all suck. That's why you couldn't win. That's why MJ is in watching this in the baseball locker room and saying, I gotta come back. Pippen's not strong enough to lead these boys.
Clubhouse.
Well, Pippen's
Clubhouse.
the loser because he's the worst interview in the history of the
That
world.
too. Well, Rodman's bad.
But
Rodman,
Rodman don't care.
he's so lame.
I immediately regret that.
He
decision
didn't
that I
regret it.
made.
He goes, but I'd do it again.
Like
was like,
Bill
what?
Carter, if Can we say this as a family, right? If Bill Cartwright, I understand the Jay-Z reference, awkward like Cartwright, because have you seen him shoot?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, I don't remember it being that bad.
A funny story about Bill Cartwright. Just a quick aside. He was one of the teammates that wouldn't take any of that crap.
That's what I'm
from
saying.
Jordan.
If Kerr made the shot?
In Game 6, 1997, he makes a game-winning shot.
No, I'm saying when Scotty wouldn't go back.
Oh,
in.
Kukoc.
That was
Kukoc. If can we say as a family, if Kukoc would have missed that shot, Cartwright would have whooped Scotty's ass on site.
It'd have been a better documentary.
Oh yeah, and they were showing like that season, like a highlight montage, and Pippen throws a chair onto the court.
Yeah, I remember
and they didn't
that.
say anything about it. I'm like, damn, I need a
Well,
good
they
3 minutes.
They were talking about
that.
his temper.
Yeah,
I mean, when they showed it, but I mean, why would they spend 3 minutes on Pippen when it's a Jordan documentary?
Exactly.
Well, they've talked about
Somebody
everybody
tried
else.
to tell me it was a Bulls doc. No.
My thing is,
I'm so confused on the timeline.
They switched too much.
Yeah,
They should have spent more time on the dad stuff, I believe. They should have
And the gambling and leaving the league.
Somebody actually talked to me about this. What person who doesn't have a gambling problem goes and does an interview indoors with the darkest sunglasses they can find?
Hilarious. That was a few episodes ago, but yeah. And then
Who did that?
MJ.
with
you're
the
talking about when he was
Rashad.
Rashad,
Yeah.
Did I tell you about Ahmad Rashad? We talked about Ahmad Rashad going after my boy, right?
Yeah, on Twitter, yeah. See, and this is the problem. Like 699 just texted the text line designed by Lifetime Closure. Says totally agree with JJ. Not giving the Magic credit for winning that series was wrong. Very one-sided documentary. No, it's not wrong. It's not a documentary about the Magic.
Listen,
Horace, this is the way they believe.
They didn't mention when they swept the Magic the year after that Horace got hurt in Game 1. Didn't even play the rest.
Why would they mention it?
But what they should have mentioned.
This is my point. Y'all are looking for little stuff.
They should have mentioned the fact that Horace went out there because he was hungry. Michael wouldn't let him eat, and this was his chance.
Literally
to get
hungry.
Not
hungry to win.
Every dunk. Hold my Philly. Every dunk, give me my fries.
Because if you remember from last week, there was a story that when Horace had bad games, Jordan wouldn't let the waitress serve him on the team plane afterwards.
But we saw this too in the documentary, is that MJ knew who to try and who not to try.
Exactly.
And that's fine. He even admitted himself that he had to call it back because he's like, I went after the smallest guy. He didn't go after Cartwright. He didn't go after anybody. He didn't go after Dennis. Matter of fact, he didn't even talk to Dennis because
he let him just go to Vegas.
Well, he let him go to Vegas because he wanted to go to Vegas too. That's the thing he won't admit.
Did anybody else laugh though when BJ Armstrong was talking about playing Jordan in 101? I'm like,
yeah, when he said that, I was just like, BJ.
I laughed my ass off when they showed Jordan the video of the glove.
Yeah, that was funny.
Genius.
See, I'm loving this.
Genius directing, by the way.
But Gary Glove
They did win 2 games in a row.
Yeah, no,
I didn't know that.
And in
I
Game
was so
6,
young when
they clinched it, when the Bulls actually did win Game 6, Jordan had a terrible game.
What
they
was
won't tell you
George Karl thinking?
Dude, gotta be smoking crack.
No, it makes sense though. They didn't have a lot of scores on that team.
They had Detlef Schrempf and Sean Kemp. Two of the most prolific
if Sean Kemp couldn't dunk, it was a wrap.
But Detlef Schrempf was money on NBA Live from 3 points. You think I just go around knowing Detlef Schrempf's name?
Also, fun fact that they don't tell you about that year in particular and the couple years before that was the NBA 3-point line was so short back then, they decided to move it because the scoring was so low.
This is what I'm talking
3
about.
years, they moved it to college.
You are like this,
that actually is.
I'm just saying. It's never been brought up before.
I'm more joking about, or I'm more clowning on the league at the time than I am Jordan because Jordan is amazing, and I've been watching all these games. I'm telling you, the league back then was trash.
And the league is so great.
So
now.
was
it's as better as it's ever been.
Was he
the softest team in the league? Just won the championship back-to-back years.
The 80s and the 90s.
Well, Toronto won it last
no
year.
longer talk about how it was aggressive play.
Trash.
There were a lot of soft people in the 80s and 90s.
Mentally,
because they let Jordan punk them.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! See, this is why.
Also, just watching that first Jazz series, which I have been the last few nights, there's like 5 guys that wouldn't even be in the league.
Hold on.
Nowadays.
Hold on, JJ. Now, Denny.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
If in your quarterback room, People came in and said, Joey, I can't do anything. Joey has an aura. He has this glow. It's gonna affect my throwing ability.
Mhm.
I can't. Oh my God! When you saw him step in,
I'd tell him to go. Yes. No, I know where you're going.
You tell
but
him
at
to
the same
suck it
time,
up and grow a pair.
No, I would, but at the same time, if the dude's a dog on the field, he's a dog on the field.
Yes,
That's two different things.
He is a dog. You
y'all
can
are talking
admit
about
that.
Scotty,
Actually,
like Scotty.
The one person in this entire documentary who I actually respect more. Charles Barkley and Gary Payton, the only two who could talk about Jordan's greatness, but didn't have to bend over, man.
Well, Gary Payton was one of my favorite players.
Gary
of all
Payton
time,
said,
dude.
"When he's like, I went and told George, bump this. I'm guarding him, whether you like it or not." Everybody else in the documentary, Jordan scared me. Like I went at Jordan and I scored 24 points, but I knew he was going to come back and get me. You can't
We
tell
all
me
looked
that
at each
stuff.
other in the locker room and we said, "Hey, we know he's
Are
coming."
y'all serious right now?
Yes.
Are y'all serious?
This is what was in the documentary.
Oh my gosh, y'all are
They
the same.
gathered around.
James, you're the same person that talked about how Tiger did that to everybody and how that made him great, but that doesn't make Jordan great. That makes everybody else soft.
No.
Both
what I'm saying
can be
is,
true.
Both are true.
No.
Like Tiger played against some soft ass.
No,
David
y'all
Duval.
look at y'all's Twitter and
David
y'all
Duval is not a dog.
hold on,
I
JJ.
have never said golf is tough.
I've
No,
also,
I have never gone around.
I also on my Twitter last night, I never once made fun of Jordan.
If y'all go,
I made fun
everything you
of-
say makes fun
no,
of Jordan.
I made fun
It's
of
all directed at
how
Jordan.
people are talking
Because
about
other
Jordan.
people were scared of Jordan means that Jordan wasn't as good.
Oh.
It means the league was soft.
If he
No,
played,
that's what
played
y'all are
another
saying.
year, he would be in the major leagues.
MJ
Like,
was great.
oh
MJ's
my
great
God.
no matter what.
There's people that say that about Tim Tebow.
No one
It's a
believes that.
documentary.
Nobody's actually.
Yeah,
I
and
said Tebow.
documentaries
Why
should be
can't?
fair.
But why can't we
Wait
say
a minute.
that everybody was scared of MJ because the dude was a
Is
savage on the
this-
court?
Is this a documentary or is this propaganda?
Which
one is it?
both.
Oh my
It's
gosh!
both.
See, this is
It's
Haven't
not-
seen him miss a shot yet.
It's-
you young guys, man.
It's okay. Like it's not taken away from MJ.
What do you
It's
mean you haven't
just
seen him miss a shot? They did like
understanding.
a whole segment about how he struggled,
When?
and then about Gary Payton shutting him down and all
They
that
did
kind of
what
stuff.
they
They
And
did
they
the whole
laughed
thing.
at it. They laughed at it.
what
Oh,
did
you just
MJ
said you didn't see him miss a shot. Which is it?
Well, they didn't show him miss a
Did
shot.
he miss it?
Yes,
Yeah,
they
he
did.
did miss a shot. He did miss a couple shots. This was the episode.
Y'all
he
watch.
missed
Y'all
shot.
see what you want to see. I'm done with y'all.
I guess
Yeah,
my eyes
MJ is
turned off.
great. It's not taking away from the greatness. What it is just, hey, let's just enjoy. Like it was an opportunity to enjoy it during that time.
And y'all won't
And
y'all won't do it.
I've thoroughly enjoyed
You've
it.
enjoyed
the
being
soundtrack.
a
was
complete
great.
troll.
The soundtrack is awesome.
That's what both of you are. Y'all are trolls and
it
haters.
made me
That's
remember.
it.
I will say the documentary is great, and those last two episodes were the best so far.
Oh yeah, no, that's not even.
I have a new profound respect for Kerr. Whoever this one guy who was really just a nice guy. It was RJ.
Oh, yeah,
The
Burrell.
basketball
Burrell.
RJ that he went up against. I'm like, why is he picking on this guy so much? Like he wakes up every day to pick on this guy.
I will say this about Kerr.
Does he have
You
to
do
call
have
him?
to give Kerr props that the top two winningest teams in league history he was a part of.
That's facts.
Oh yeah,
Like that is impressive.
Kerr's a great coach.
But the one thing I'm grateful for out of all this is that it was Kerr, because had it been Rodman, had it been Oakley or one of these other guys, we may not have the Michael Jordan because he'd have CTE. Somebody would actually unhinge his jaw, like for some of the stuff. So I'm grateful. And if this is what it took, it gave us great basketball and it gave us great shoes.
Thank you, Steve Kerr.
Like if it wouldn't have been for Jordan, we wouldn't have. If it wouldn't have been for Jordan, out of all this, and this is what people should say, this is why he's the GOAT. This is why he's better than Kareem. This is why he's better than Wilt and all these LeBron. Because you can fundamentally say, without Jordan, LeBron, AI, all these other guys would not be able to do.
Kobe
would not be able to do what they're
his
doing
entire
on and off
game.
the court.
was like a reflection of Jordan.
So I'll give him that. Like that's the
I'm
real
just-
thing. But it's ironic
He made
to
it
hear
possible
him,
for LeBron.
like 3 episodes for him to talk about sportsmanship and be the worst sport. Have you seen how many times he walks off the court and after the losses and did not shake hands? That was something I just
No.
picked up.
By
It
the
was
way,
just
I
funny.
haven't noticed
the
that.
best part, I'll say this about the difference between the league back then and, basically a difference between LeBron and MJ. Let's say MJ's team is number one, like the Lakers are right now. maybe potentially on their way to winning a title, getting another ring, and COVID happens. Man, MJ would have opened his damn dome up and got the league rolling immediately.
I will say that. That's the difference.
I don't know about
His
that.
Space Jam
This man was
dome
filming.
is
that was
badass.
amazing.
Yes.
He invented the Pro-Am.
Yeah, he did, which now everybody does that. We take that for granted now that like all the players during the summertime get together and play each other. He started that.
I have his playoff stats like game by game. Like you can go through and point to like the one you're talking about in 90, what was it, 96, the Seattle?
96, 97, that whole finals, he was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I watched the whole thing.
He wasn't
I
great.
watched the whole thing.
He wasn't. I'm agreeing with you.
Okay,
JJ.
good.
Calm down. But if you go through and you look at his other playoffs years, like
Insane.
some of the games, are
Insane.
just- now,
He'll drop a 50 on you, and like you'll look up at the TV and be like, "How the hell does he have 50 points?"
now he ain't scared to put up 43 shots too.
Yes.
Exactly. He's a volume shooter.
Actually, that shouldn't
and
say
also,
that was
he
the
goes
most shots
to the
he ever
line like
What's the most
crazy.
shots? What's the most shots that like Kobe ever took in a game?
Oh
like,
my
for-
God! That
for
last
context.
game, his last
Oh, yeah.
ever game.
Don't take that one. Like other than that one.
Nobody's shooting.
Yeah, other than that one.
Kobe will put up 35 easy. Like that's just what he did.
What about like what is LeBron's most like? Probably in the 20s.
I mean, he's definitely put up 30
Here we go, I
plus
got it.
before, but on average, yeah, he doesn't take too many shots at
I got
all.
it right here. Most shots ever taken in an NBA game was Kobe with 50.
Jeez.
Oh my God! Was that
Um,
the 80-point game
that was
or his last?
It doesn't say. It said well, it wasn't his last game because it was April 13th of 2016. So it wasn't either of them. Michael Jordan with 49, Kobe with 47, Chris Webber with 47, Kobe with 46.
I gotta
Kobe
watch
with
that
45.
CUM game.
Listen
Chris
to this.
Webber?
The top 10, Kobe has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
And you guys want to tell me that I'm crazy?
Russell
for saying he's
Westbrook?
top 50. Yep, Russ is on there.
Yep, he's in the top 10 twice.
Wait a minute. Did we really say
Chris Webber took 47.
Chris Webber
shots.
took 47 shots on January 5th of 2001.
Oh, the King.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this whole list, it goes down
LeBron
for
takes
a ways.
19 and a half shots per game on average in his career.
That's actually.
James Harden's gaining on everybody now.
Oh my God!
He doesn't
Yeah, he
mind
is.
tossing it up.
Dominique Wilkins took 42 in a game. AI's on here quite a bit.
Talk about one of the most overrated players of all time. I know that offends some people, but
Oh.
Who? AI?
yes.
Ooh,
You know what?
that was spicy. That's a spicy
Okay,
take
here's,
right there, man.
Here's LeBron by year. Or no, the most LeBron's ever averaged per year was 23. But then most of them, it's from 17 to 20.
His average, you said?
Average attempts.
Speaking of basketball, Dr. Swanson played basketball
Yes.
in college.
Did he?
Yeah. And we will have him coming up next.
Building bridges
If I can change,
in the city of bridges.
Я думаю, что каждый тоже изменился.
and you can change,
Вы можете измениться.
1010XL.
everybody can change.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist, se-ortho.com. That's where you need to go if your knee's hurting, your shoulder's hurting. Maybe you got back issues, spine issues, hand issues, something like that, or need physical therapy or even pain management. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is your place. Won't be hard to get to because there's locations all around Jacksonville. The best doctors, easy to get to. That's the place for you. Get to se-ortho.com to hear everything they do and to see all their different locations. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialist.
So I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $30,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $80,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition and no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted into the program, your only costs are the books and the course fees, around $700 a year.
The deadline to apply is June 19th. Go to etajax.org to apply before June 19th. That's etajax.org.
Over the last weeks, we found out exactly what we can and cannot live without. We were told what is essential and non-essential. But here's what we learned. Even though some of us were 6 feet apart, others have never been closer. We've come to appreciate love and our relationships more than ever. At Diamonds Direct, we're now open for business again, ready to get back to our mission. We're so proud to be a part of this community, and we're honored to help you celebrate with the ultimate symbol of love. We have taken every precaution to ensure our stores are clean and safe, and our associates are excited to see you in our showroom. But we are now also offering remote and virtual appointments using the latest technology, along with curbside pickups and overnight delivery, so you have every possible option. All this, of course, on top of the guaranteed best values that you expect from Diamonds Direct. So if you've discovered that someone you can't live without, please visit us. Let us help you find that piece of jewelry that will have a story like no other. And remember, no matter what, Diamonds Direct will always be here, because love is essential. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
When you're injured, the insurance company often tries to pay you less than you deserve. They call it business. We call it bullying. I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every day, we get our clients more than what the insurance companies initially offered and more than they were hoping to pay. Sometimes even 100 times more. How do we do it? It's simple. It starts with believing and it ends with betting. Believing in you and betting on ourselves. We use our size, our financial resources, and our reputation to take on the biggest bullies and get you the biggest results. We have recovered billions of dollars for our clients. You know what the insurance companies are hoping for? That you hire the wrong law firm that won't make those bets. That's why when you need a lawyer, the choice you make makes all the difference. Results matter. Reputation matters. Choices matter. So after an injury, who will you choose? There's only one Morgan & Morgan for the people.
Now pound law on yourself. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Fenwick Plumbing takes your well-being, safety, and comfort seriously. Hey guys, Prosser here, and Fenwick is an essential business. They remain available for you with same-day service on all plumbing repairs, plus 24/7 emergency service with no emergency fees. Fenwick's team takes today's health concerns seriously with a capital S. So they always use shoe covers, drop cloths, disinfectant, hand wash. Call 660-0556 or visit fenwickplumbing.com.
If you work in the construction industry, then DM Watson Construction is a name you should know. In business for over 20 years, DM Watson Construction is locally owned and operated general contractor specializing in commercial build-outs and demolition. With extensive experience in offices, medical and retail facilities, and other commercial areas, DM Watson Construction is the right choice for all your demolition and commercial construction projects. Call today for an estimate at 288-9989, CGC 152248.
Ordering online's never been easier with the Woody's Barbecue Loyalty app. Hi, Flying Jacko here. Go online to woodys.com today. Download the app and order online. Then pay online and earn awards points every time you use it. For 40 years, Woody's Barbecue's been slow cooking your ribs and chicken for fall-off-the-bone tenderness. We'll see you at Woody's today.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
You can't control the health of your environment around you, but you can control the health of your own home or business with Martin Environmental. We are licensed in mold detection and removal to help your family and business stay healthy. Give us a call at 737-1034 and let our experts come to your home or business and test for mold and indoor air quality. Call Martin Environmental today at 737-1034. That's 737-1034. Martin Environmental.
I'm Hayes Carline, and what I say goes. Listen to my closing argument presented by the personal injury law firm of Harrell & Harrell weekdays on The Frangie Show. Can you handle the truth?
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Southeast Orthopedic Specialist presents Dr. Chris Swanson on the Sports Den. A board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, Dr. Swanson has been assistant team physician for the Cincinnati Bengals and Drexel University men's basketball and is the current team physician for several area high schools. Visit se-ortho.com.
Dr. Swanson joins us every Monday night. We're supposed to be talking like injuries in sports, but
ain't no sport.
When there's no sports, that's become kind of hard. Doc, how you doing, man?
I'm good, guys. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm going to give JJ the floor because he has been waiting nearly 23 hours for you to come on to this show to ask you a very specific question about Michael Jordan.
And I know that you that
he didn't watch it. You already know that he doesn't watch it.
What you do as a doctor is not exactly the same thing. But I had a friend of mine who works in the medical field during our group text last night during the show said, MJ has liver disease or jaundice. Can you explain what those
Well,
are?
tell him why your friend said that.
Oh, because his eyes are so yellow.
Yeah, we talked about this back after the first
did
couple
we?
episodes with James.
I don't even remember that.
Oh, I did ask if it was
Yeah.
possible to take your eyes out and dip them in Hennessy.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what,
I
that's
forgot
what,
about that.
That's what Jordan looks like he does.
But even if you look back at some of the old pictures, I mean, his eyes are always a little dark.
So you think that's just how he looks?
No,
I think he does look
a long time.
True.
I think he does look. They do look a little bit different than in the '90s, but I mean, I think they still. I think he's all right.
Okay.
Okay, so he's gonna live.
I love how JJ just went straight to Jordan has liver disease because somebody in my text told me that.
He works at a hospital. Damn.
Like we were texting with some buddies of mine, Doc, and I just want to let you know he's got liver disease.
He doesn't have much longer.
I looked it up on WebMD and just it doesn't look like doesn't look good for him.
This is breaking news. We got to get Woj on the line.
It's on the last episode of the doc.
Yeah, you think
They're
that's
like,
how
he's
they
a
ended?
terrible owner. The Wizards sucked when he was there, and he has jaundice. But jaundice, that's fine to have, right?
Jaundice just sounds bad.
Does.
No, I mean it is usually an indicator that there's something more serious going on.
Oh, okay.
Doc, are you back to doing surgeries, man?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, we're back doing surgeries. Elective surgery started last week, and so things are really ramping up here. Trying to catch up to people who got delayed by a couple of months.
Are y'all? Did y'all have them like stacked up?
Yeah, so essentially we stopped sort of mid-March, March 17th or somewhere around then, and so there was a good solid month or 6 weeks of people who kind of got just put in a holding pattern, and then we just working real hard to get everybody lined back up.
One of the interesting things I saw this weekend, I thought of you, just because you're a medical professional, is all of the different medical professionals that are being laid off right now. We assume because of this issue, all medical professionals are so busy. But why is that? Is that because of like the adjustments like you guys had to make? Is it because people aren't going into doctors' offices? Why is there such a big number of medical professionals either getting furloughed or laid off?
Well, I mean, I think that's kind of the effect that the virus has had on the whole system, because with things like canceling elective surgeries, with a decrease of number of people coming in for clinic visits, then practices were forced to make reductions in order to stay operational during this time and then be able to ramp back up afterwards. So, each clinic was affected differently by that. Some primary care clinics may have stayed open, and we kind of stayed open through it. Other places closed completely. I'm sure there's a lot of different variations, but the overall demand for medicine, and specifically elective medicine, really dropped from mid-March through now. And so there was just a lot of, like you said, a lot of medical people at all levels, from doctors to physician's assistants to nurses to medical assistants, that were let go on some level, some completely let go, furloughed, and kind of everything in between.
I wanted to ask you about if we have sports without fans. Let's go specifically with football here for a second. A lot of times we hear of football players playing through a game, not realizing how injured they are because of adrenaline. And I think part of that adrenaline is atmosphere, right? How does without fans, and James, you'll be good one to answer this too. How does it change the adrenaline factor, or is that adrenaline more from on the field, or is that even a thing? Am I even correct in that, Doc? Is that even medically correct?
I mean, adrenaline is definitely a real thing. I think part of what you get from sports that may let you play when you're hurt is a little bit of that rush. I think that rush probably is twofold. One is just, especially professional athletes, most of them are sort of competition freaks and really thrive on the competition and the ability to win. And then, I think a great environment and fans probably play a secondary role in that too.
What do you think about that, James?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I was actually talking about this over the weekend. Somebody showed me a picture against Florida. And I was like, I played that whole game with a broken hand. And it had been broken for a few weeks. And just the ability to tap into adrenaline, I think, was more, I guess, trained. Like,
do you think it had anything to do
the-
with atmosphere, or was it just?
I mean, when I played it,
he always played for the fans.
Yeah,
Come on.
when we played at Florida, everybody hated us. It was at Florida,
But
so
it's still an atmosphere.
So yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? There's still that, like, you walk in, there's that electricity.
College is different than pro. Because like I guess when you walk out there, even if especially at Doak, I guess even at Florida, you walk out there, you do get a chill because you see how many people are there, and you feel like you're the roar of the Coliseum and stuff like that. But it wouldn't explain why you could do it in high school when you're playing in front of your parents.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. That was my next thing. Like, Doc, you do a lot of stuff with high schools, and I know you've been involved with games that are, really intense, and you can kind of feel the electricity. And then the next week you're at a game where there's, 150 people and they're all whispering.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you see that? Does that have an effect on injuries? Because I feel like that would probably be the only thing that could tell us. Do you feel like there's more injuries in those situations in the big games, or no? Is there not a correlation, you think?
No, I don't think there's really much. I don't think there's much of a correlation, because if you're talking about a serious injury, then it doesn't matter how many fans are there. That person's still getting hurt, whether there's 100,000 fans or 100 people. And if we're talking about just sort of the little nick type of thing, then that same person's probably playing through it and not telling you about it, whether there's 100 people or 100,000 people. So I don't think that the crowd sort of changes the reporting of injuries. I mean, I think that that becomes sort of a personal toughness factor.
Can we all agree, though, or are we all in agreement here, that football will be most affected without fans in the stands?
Out of all the sports, yeah.
I think by the time football comes around and we've seen all these sports without it, it'll just be like another thing. We'll be used to it by then.
There's so much noise in football. Like, there's so much. I mean,
you mean like smashing? It's going to be badass.
Noise only affects.
No, I'm just saying. I'm talking about ours.
Who are mentally weak.
I'm talking about like our viewing pleasure, not anything else.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about our viewing. Like, I think football will be the weirdest sport to watch with no fans in the stand.
Because it's in such a big stadium, right?
Yeah.
So an empty 80,000 seat stadium is going to look ridiculous.
You know what also looks ridiculous? I mean, I guess it's all relative, but you're used to watching MMA or boxing events.
Yeah, that looks
and they have people
weird.
all around it. They literally played in the vet, which is completely empty.
A huge building.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I guess, and that
Did it look weird? I didn't watch it.
Neither did I, but I saw the highlights. It did look weird, but it sounded badass.
Like the hits were.
Yeah, you could hear everything.
A little bit more
graphic.
I have a question, Doc.
Did you hear the interesting thing from the MMA thing, though?
Yes, they had to sign a waiver, the media and the fighters, that said they were, and Dana, man, Jesus. So they had to sign a waiver that said if they said anything negative about the way the UFC handled the whole coronavirus thing, they would get their purse taken. I don't know what would happen to the media, but they signed it too, apparently.
Because I don't want anybody taking my purse, man. That's
the more interesting.
My
The interesting thing with the no fans, though, was that Greg Hardy in his interview right after he won credited Cormier, the ringside guy, for helping him win with his commentary.
Oh, because he heard him.
What he was doing, because he could hear the ringside commentators.
That's hilarious.
Wait a minute. They didn't even have their ring man?
Yeah, but you can hear him because there's no
fans.
fans.
But I guess
he
didn't have a trainer, though,
that's
telling
what
him
I'm
what to
saying.
do?
Usually your trainer is telling you
I got you.
what to
I got
do.
you.
So, like, if he didn't have a trainer and okay, I mean, that's a...
He's
which
just
is
a football
interesting.
guy.
If there's no crowd noise, right, then you can theoretically.
But so the other guy can
hear everything.
Other guy can hear your corner as well. I mean, but it's like that in regular boxing and MMA. Anyway, we just get to hear it now.
I just think, for me, I can see myself watching basketball and not really being affected by the fact that there's no fans in the stands. Same baseball, like it's not going to affect me at all.
Because if you
Any way, shape,
apparently
or
the
form.
Rays don't ever have fans.
Right.
Yeah.
Football though, especially college football, because on TV, you're like when you put on a college football game, how many times do they pan to the stands? And how many times do you hear the band playing? And how many college football is going to be the weirdest.
Way
That
more
would
than
be
pro.
the one
Way more than
more
pro.
than
Oh, yeah.
anything else is the band.
Yeah.
Because that is such a big part of football.
Like
Can
you're
we
watching
have-
Tennessee play and you don't hear Rocky Top a million times.
They're going to end up piping sound in.
You think? I was
Yeah.
wondering that. You really
Yeah.
think so?
Definitely.
They'll pipe music in, but they're not gonna like.
They're
not going to pipe.
No, not crowd noise, but I mean like their band songs and stuff like that. Probably not in the NFL. I have a question about baseball, Doc. So the owners signed off to get the league back going on today, and apparently the players' union votes tomorrow. So it looks like things are getting, started soon. How long for pitchers would it take? Like, I know this is sort of impossible for you to answer, but how long would you think they would do the little spring training part 2 before the season starts to get these guys' arms right? Because they're not just going to go straight into the regular season.
No, they absolutely can. I mean, that would be catastrophic.
Yeah, dangerous.
Especially from a pitching standpoint, it'd be incredibly dangerous. I mean, normal pitcher and catchers are like mid-February, and then the first game is
April
1st, give or take.
Yeah.
So maybe 3 or 4
that
weeks.
kind of is that 6-week thing typically. I think, and so I think you cut it down. They'll probably try to cut it
in half.
In half, I would think. So probably 3-4 or something like
That's
that.
not
But
bad.
I don't know that you can do it much. I don't know that you can really do it much quicker than that safely. And
I don't think they are.
mean,
They're talking about July 4th.
Yeah,
the
but
same
they're
for
going to
all
start
sports.
spring training in June, they said.
So a month, I think a month is certainly at least gives a chance to kind of get back in the groove a little
Well, see,
bit.
I've got this, and Doc, you can completely discredit me on this, but I have this theory about Major League Baseball with this, that we're going to see from arm injuries go way down because these guys started spring training. These guys are professionals. They've kept their arms in somewhat of shape. It's not like they've just been sitting around. A lot of the arm injuries are injuries that happen when your arm gets tired after you've played a bajillion games.
Good point.
And they're only
and
playing
I
81 games.
And right, the other thing that'll probably happen is that this is going to end up, they're going to use guys for 3 innings, 4 innings, and then move on to the next guy.
Which is the future of baseball anyway. Like
Right.
they're sort of going down that route anyways, besides the big game starters.
I think you'll see I don't think you'll see a lot of complete games, at least not early on. You're going to see guys throwing a few innings and then bringing the next guy in.
I agree. That's a good theory.
Until everybody gets up to speed. But baseball capitalized by, people are craving some type of live sport.
Anything.
Well, I mean, they're going to
dude.
get it in NASCAR.
Hey, Bundesliga's back on Saturday. Be there, be square.
No, I mean, I think there's a lot of things in sports that are about to happen that will end up being, like Rick was mentioning the DH. They're talking about having a DH all the way around the league. I think that'll stick. I don't think we'll ever see another pitcher hit a baseball after
How
this.
dare you?
I mean, it's been talked about for the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I think it sticks. I'm not saying I like it. I also think that baseball will probably have to start looking at maybe not playing so many games. They're going to play 81 games, and people are going to realize, okay, 162 is a lot when people have so many entertainment value things that we can watch now. I mean,
I also think basketball might take a page out of baseball's book. Whereas instead of you're playing a Toronto series, you're playing a New York series.
Instead of all the travel. Yep.
Instead of going these different places, like if you have to play this team 4 times, you're going to go ahead and play them the 4 times and see how it
You
goes.
think that's a permanent thing or just a stopgap thing?
I think it's going to be a stopgap thing, and it depends on the fan reaction. But I would plan places I like to go. Like I like to go to Toronto. I got family in Philly, in New Jersey. If I knew my favorite basketball team, like I say I'm a Laker fan or whatever, and I knew LA was going to Philly, I can't get to LA. But I can fly there, and I'm not going to go to one game.
Yeah, you go.
It's going to be a stupid amount of money. But if they're playing a 4-game stretch over a few days, the money will be probably spread out, and I'm more likely to be able to get that ticket. So that's what I think the fan experience, and now it would suck when it's two terrible teams playing because nobody's going to want to go. But I think it would be good, be a shot in the arm for even like Orlando. Like Orlando always sells out when LA or New York or somebody comes in.
Definitely help hotels and
Yeah,
tourism.
so it'll be a
no
good
doubt.
shot in the arm for some economies.
Hey, other than what we talked about earlier, what are some things like what we're talking about that you think is going to stick in the medical world? Like, will we never have to waiting rooms again? Can we just sit in our car and y'all text us? Is that going to be a permanent thing?
Awesome.
Smoke a cigarette.
I think that's going to be. I think the days sort of kind of the crowded waiting room where there's everybody's sort of elbow to elbow. I don't think that's coming back anytime soon. I don't know that it'll be forever because at some point this is going to pass, and at some point there's going to be a vaccine for it, or enough people are going to become infected that will have some type of a herd immunity, and then things may trend back sort of to what they were. But I think that some of the social distancing changes are here, not just in the medical thing, but just in the world for the short term.
You're not a wait on the vaccine guy, are you, Doc?
No, you can't wait.
Okay.
You can't completely wait on the vaccine, but the vaccine is what is what could at least theoretically kind of
might never come
and let people, but it might never come. It's a virus, and there's plenty of viruses that still don't have vaccines. So the assumption that just because people are going to work on this aggressively that all of a sudden there'll be a vaccine is
silly.
It's somewhat wishful thinking, and the flu is a great example. In our best years, the flu vaccine is like a 50-50 proposition.
Whew.
So this is a virus that mutates. It's never going to be the answer. The hope is that this doesn't turn into something that you can get multiple times, and I don't think still anyone really knows that for sure.
What do you know about the antibodies test?
What do you mean?
Prick your finger, and it's supposed to show you if
where
you've
can we
had
go
it
get one of
before.
those? Because I think I've had this, and I want to know. Where can I go get one of those? Do you know?
I don't know where you can get the antibody test.
Can you get some on the black market for us?
Yeah, probably. How much money you got?
I don't know. Just bootleg some and bring them in. We'll do it live on air.
One Bitcoin.
What do you guys think?
Bitcoin.
What do you guys think this will do to local sports, high school sports? You think those are going to be empty? No fans?
They can't. They literally that is impossible. They cannot do that. They don't have TV contracts. If you don't let fans in high school sports or high school football specifically, you're probably shutting down a number of sports that year. I mean, we saw.
How can you? I mean, it's just it's a smaller scale of the same thing. Right?
So this is what they're doing at my old high school's graduation in Ocala. They're having and it's at the football field, only 2 members of the family allowed for each kid. Everybody is assigned seating that's like a little bit spread apart from everybody else. I think that's probably how it's going to be.
It's going to kill it. This is going to. High school athletics are going to be more damaged than just about any other level of athletics from this. I mean, it's going to be bad. It's going to be really bad. So hopefully,
but I do think there has to be some. I don't think that they're just going to roll out here in mid-August and let fans crowd at the Friday night football game elbow to elbow.
Oh no, I agree with you. I agree. I've asked lately. I'm sorry. Lately, I've asked a couple coaches what they've heard, and they really have heard nothing. Nobody has any idea what's going to happen, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out. I mean, there's not a whole lot of money in any high school sport outside of football. So if they don't bring money in, what does? So I don't know, and they don't have TV contracts, so it will definitely be interesting. Doc, I still haven't heard from you, so I'm guessing they're still not allowing guests at the golf club.
Hey man, you'll be the first person to know.
Hey, oh man, what if I pass the antibodies test? Will they let me come out there? If I show proof?
That's a good
Just
question.
spitting everywhere.
Yeah, if I
shaking hands
proof,
left and right.
I'm hugging people.
I might be able to run that up the chain. But.
Yeah, I'll go get the test done for that. But if you've got knee or shoulder issues, Dr. Chris Swanson is who you need to go to at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. That's what he specializes in, although they do a ton of different specialties. But if you got knee or shoulder, Dr. Swanson is your guy. That's who worked on my knee, who still works on my knee. I wouldn't send you anywhere else but Dr. Swanson with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Appreciate you, Doc, and we'll talk next week.
Thanks, guys.
All right, have a good one, Doc. Always fun to have Dr. Swanson on. Let's dig a little bit deeper into that no fans thing of what it's going to be like from a communication standpoint. Think about snap count. Think about audibles. Think about all things that I think college coaches are probably having to think about right now. Like, let's get into what that looks like.
Thought about that.
Yeah, let's get into what that looks like. We'll do that coming up next.
Now, Studio Talk with Dan and Jeff.
Stop crying like a little girl. I wasn't crying like a little girl.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser.
It's not like that. What are you talking? It's not like that.
Mornings.
How?
1010XL 92.5 FM.
Listen up for one of Beaver Toyota's and Beaver Chevrolet's exclusive Beaver Care benefits.
It's Linda Beaver calling all first responders, medical professionals, and school personnel to come take advantage of free oil changes all month long. Visit beavercares.com for more information.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Remley, have a special offer for anyone who is buying or refinancing a home. It's not something you do every day, so you want to make sure you're getting a great deal. Trustline Mortgage will pay you $100 just to give you a free second opinion. What do you have to lose? Nothing. I know what you're thinking. How can they possibly pay me $100 just to give me a free second opinion? That's crazy. Listen, Trustline Mortgage is celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. You're in business that long because you're good at what you do. Call Trustline Mortgage today to get your free second opinion, your $100, and your peace of mind. Jumbo loans, interest-only loans, conventional, VA, FHA, credit challenge loans, bank statement loans, self-employed, purchases, refinances, you name it, we have it. Call Trustline Mortgage at 381-LOAN or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing lender. NMLS number 331480.
Hicken here, letting you know that in these uncertain times, one thing you cannot be uncertain about is your car. Whether in an emergency or having to go grocery shopping, your car is more important than you know. So go to the local guys you can trust. American Transmission. For more than 30 years, they're master certified technicians, having taken care of your car's needs from bumper to bumper. American Transmission is open now to serve you with 2 locations, Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Boulevard. Call them now at 396-3766, 396-3766.
Peninsular Pest Control has served homes and businesses in Northeast Florida since 1954. This family-owned and operated business is continually recognized and awarded for outstanding customer service, receiving annual Super Service Awards from Angie's List and the Bold City's Best Award from Jacksonville.com. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at crittergetter.com. Remember, Peninsular is your critter getter.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick, or we can help any homeowner safely declutter.
J-Dog is now extending their friends and family discount to everyone in Jax. Through May 15th, you'll get 20% off junk hauls. 20% off at J-Dog Junk Removal. Offer may not apply to minimum orders. Call for qualification details.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 11th, 1972, the San Francisco Giants dealt legendary outfielder Willie Mays to the New York Mets in exchange for minor league pitcher Charlie Williams and cash.
Hey guys, Hicken here. My friends at Bueller Air Conditioning are continually taking heightened precautions for you and their staff as they enter your home. The heat is here, and Bueller Air wants you to have the peace of mind that they're safely serving you. They communicate to each homeowner as they engage in best practices like sanitizing, staying 6 feet away, while always using gloves and foot covers. A local business providing an essential service so you can still stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air, stay cooler with Bueller.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, I mean quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment, 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's 600-0089. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the dealership hassles. If you need honest, professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Need to replenish your company's supply of promo items? Make the call to Hardball today and let Hardball do it all. HardballCreative.com.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
It is the Sports Den brought to you by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Make sure you get to ABC. If you follow James and JJ, then on Sunday nights, you definitely going to get to ABC if you're going to watch the Jordan documentary and pay attention to them. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I won't block y'all. Maybe I'll just start drinking earlier.
I think it does say a lot about how much we miss sports that, like, everybody on Sunday night watches that.
Oh, yes, Cam is.
And is tweeting about it.
Why
as if it didn't happen 20 years ago.
Why are they doing it at 9 to, like, we can't do it 8 to 10?
West Coast viewers, bro.
Yeah. Gotta get the most bang for your buck. I love the fact that this is family bonding for me.
Yeah, same here.
So you let your son watch the unedited version?
Of course.
Yep. Yep.
So you gave in.
So what did your son say?
Curse.
No, I'm talking about Denny. Remember, he was like, you got to go in my room and watch it on ESPN too. I
Well,
was like,
he's
watching it on ESPN.
It's one of those things where he wanted to watch it with me, and I'm not watching the unedited.
Yeah.
Or the edited. So, kid, earmuffs.
Trey was like, they sound like you.
Like, why is he calling that man a hoe? Over and over.
How did I
again.
get thrown in there? When has your son ever heard me cuss?
He listens to the show.
You let your son listen to the show?
I'm not with my son when he's listening to the show. It's with his mom.
Speaking of family and the show, my mom was so stoked that she got to be part of the show on Sunday.
My mom called right after, or hit me up right after.
She's like, who the hell you got calling me?
Yeah,
no, that's serious. My mom was like, all right, hit me back. And I'm like, Mom, I'm at the gas station. It's clearly it's past 10 o'clock.
She's like, I got some stuff.
And she was just like, oh, well, why didn't you call my cell? And I was like, you know what? I didn't even think about that. I thought a landline. I'm thinking like landline is better. And then she goes and she's like, Ma, why you ain't answer the phone? She's like, I don't know that number. She's like, calling here all late at night.
Because this is what salespeople do now. The last couple of years, they've been able to use your area code and make it look like somebody you know is calling you.
I know.
And they're so smooth. Like, they'll be like, hey, James, what's going on? Like, who is this? Oh, man, I'm just chilling. Ain't nothing going.
It's flip-flop.
Like, just, like,
now, why don't you buy this health insurance?
By the way, you realize you're like 3 months behind on your rental, on your vacation rental property? Like, dude, don't be calling me acting like you know me, man. I've been ignoring your calls for a reason.
Dude, the extended warranty on the cars,
they
that
are really
relentless.
Aggravates me.
Relentless. What did I plug? Oh, yeah.
No fans.
Yeah, no fans. I was just thinking about this as we were talking to Dr. Swanson, and I'm sure that is being planned for because they plan for everything at the NFL and college level. But there's so much communication that happens in football at the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, how much of that can you hear on the field?
A lot. It just all depends. Like,
so you don't think the fans will affect it, having no fans?
No, like if you're the home team, you don't want the fans making noise anyway, so that the opposing defense can hear all your calls, and vice versa. Now, I will say this:
you have to whisper in the huddle.
Yes, yeah, you will.
By the way, they're going to turn those on-field mics off if there's no fans.
No, but we're talking.
They're not going to let you hear what the players say.
No, but we're talking about team to team.
Oh, okay.
That huddle is normally, 5-7 yards?
Yeah.
I bet you that huddle goes to 12.
Yeah. And or it'd be like, it's really supposed to be, even when you're playing in front of fans, it's not supposed to be like how we're talking right now. It's kind of projecting. Mm-hmm. It's supposed to be like, all right, guys, here we're going to go. We're going to go right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
You go
R
left.
Tight, R tight, R tight over.
Run there and turn around.
44 takeoff. All right. Ready? And then the break is loud. But it's not supposed to be like, hey, we about to throw it over there. Like, no, you're not supposed to talk like that. But it's really the play calls and the adjustments I remember being in games. You're so good at, like, a lot of the times the film study is so good that they know anyway.
Yeah, that's very true.
And you, especially if you have the same coach, your audibles don't change. Like, very few people do what Peyton Manning was known for, but, like, just to keep it simple, like in college, every play had a number, and that number's audible was the person on the team who wore that number.
No.
That's here. So
not really trying to hide it at all.
The play that you saw that everybody retweeted and whatnot,
yeah,
that was
run up the
44.
middle.
The sprint draw. Sam McGrew wore number 44. So instead of us, sometimes we'll say 44. Sometimes every guy down said, "Hut, McGrew, and they're like, "Oh, it's going."
It's going in
There's
that.
a couple times where they're just like, "It's going there."
So in the NFL, it's not like that, though, right?
No,
Is it a little bit more?
They know tendencies.
But now, see, the game's changed so much because now you call the play and every play has an automatic check based on what.
It's the long. That's the reason why they have these long paragraphs.
Well, now in the college game, it's like, okay, so I call this play, and when I call this play in the huddle, I automatically know as a quarterback that if that play's not there, I'm checking to this one. So I don't call the second one; it's a check. So I wonder, though,
like your boy Kendall, how it's supposed to be. It's a run pass option, but the line does the run no matter what.
Right, that's a post snap.
In the wide, yeah. So like it's the quarterback's job. So it's two plays anyway. So this is the quarterback's job to determine what happens. So it should be almost impossible for a defense to guess unless you're trash.
Are we thinking that's where we're headed?
No fans? Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think UFC sort of paved the way for everybody to realize, hey, the best thing that happened this weekend, if you're in the camp that I am, which let's get sports back immediately, is a guy tested positive on Friday night, and the event still went down.
You just snatched them out. That's the
yeah, exactly. Because everybody's like, oh, well, what are you going to do in basketball if a guy on your team tests positive?
That's a lot different because you're hanging around those people.
Yeah, but if everybody else doesn't test positive, only one person, maybe two people,
so let me ask you
can seclude them.
JJ, let me ask you
quarantine them.
It's Florida State. It's the Friday night before the game. De'Aaron King tests positive.
Well, you mean Miami, Florida State?
Yeah, my bad. Miami, Florida State. And De'Aaron King tests positive. And y'all have to run out there with Tate Martell.
Cozy Perry.
You going to be happy about that?
No, but
you're going to call that fair?
It's not fair when a guy pulls his hamstring the week before either. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's the new normal. You're going to have to just deal with it. Every team's going to have to deal with it.
What's funny is
it's going to suck and be really annoying.
It
especially, like you said, when a quarterback, Minshew, week 1, can't play because he has the coronavirus. Like,
well, tell him to stop being around weird people, man.
Does he hang out with weird people?
You know what? Think about the ratings for about 2 hours, 3 hours for the game when they release
the test results.
Oh my gosh. Injury report and the COVID results. Like,
fantasy football this year is going to suck because all the COVID.
That is going to be wild.
You know what MJ would do? Play through it. COVID game.
Dude, the flu game. Watched it last night.
Can't be soft your whole life.
LeBron's going to have a Corona game.
He's got to. That's the only way. That's the only way he can. he can make up for it.
Do I want to get into this now? Or should we break and go to 8:00? This Las Vegas, like they're talking. So for the longest time, the NFL wouldn't play anything in Las Vegas, right?
Because of gambling.
Now there's a possibility 3 teams will be playing in Vegas this
year. Yes, sir.
What?
Yes. So it could be, 4 teams or 3 teams, both LA teams in Vegas, and an outside chance at San Francisco.
Because the state will be closed.
Because California and what they're doing, yeah. That would be
good.
Wild. It's saying the 49ers will more than likely share the Arizona venue.
It's closer. Wait, is it closer?
No, it's not. No.
Oh, because they're in the NFC, maybe?
I don't know. No scheduling conflicts because there'd be no conflicts there. The Chargers and Raiders could share the new Las Vegas stadium with only one potential conflict. And then it's saying that the Rams could share a stadium with the Cowboys. This is wild. Of course, the Rams COO is still saying our sole focus is on playing at SoFi Stadium, their new stadium, hopefully in front of our fans.
Not happening.
Well, imagine if you're the bank that lent the money on these $2 billion stadiums and they're about to open with no way to generate revenue.
Oh, they know they're going to get their money. Just because,
it still stinks.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're going to get that loan. They're going to get their.
Did you hear the NBA? Adam Silver's a clown, by the way, who said, hey, guess what? You guys have to be able to prepare for an entire 2001-22 season or 2000-2001 season with no fans. So he's already saying, like, oh, next year we're not going to have fans either. It's like, yeah, where do you guys get off?
Wasn't Adam Silver the best commissioner in sports just like 2 months ago?
The China thing flew up in his face. But yeah, even after that, he had done no wrong. Now he looks like a clown. Like, there is European football leagues starting next week.
When you say European football,
soccer league starting next week.
Make sure we get this.
Germany.
With fans?
No, but at least the league is starting. I'm not asking the NBA to have fans.
You're just saying don't say that for a year out from now.
I'm saying that's ludicrous to say that a year out from now. But
what do you
get
think
the
the
league
reason?
started
What's
now.
the benefit of doing that?
For PR, for good PR. The reason they've even said the reason we haven't started back yet is because we don't want to have all these tests for our players and make it look really bad that, hey, these elitist players, millionaires are tested, but you're not. Hey, deal with it. That's what I'd say. These people are more important than you. They get millions of viewers every day. You don't get nothing.
I mean,
you work at a pool store.
Savage as it is, you have a point.
But he doesn't want to take.
Stores are important to our economy.
I didn't say they weren't.
Just want to make sure.
But guess what's more important? LeBron James.
Of course, we had a whole we had a whole documentary about LeBron James.
Well,
it was about Jordan, but Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless makes sure we know that LeBron is
that. See, I have to even out Skip. That's what I'm doing on Twitter.
See, I was about to say, don't y'all dare talk about Skip making this about LeBron. Y'all been making this about LeBron for the last 5 years.
For Skip.
735 on the text line says RJ said James does not like him. Can we confirm that?
I like RJ. He's a minority hire, but I like him.
That's just a joke, people.
No, RJ's dope. We just have to give RJ a hard time. It was his 1 year anniversary, and he was beaming. He was like, "It's my 1 year anniversary, James."
I would have never bet he'd made it a year.
And I'm like,
he had a rough couple weeks to start.
I was like, is that your first day is when you destroyed the whole station? Where you shut the whole thing down?
I used to hate RJ because they would, when he would screw up, they made me stay extra time to hold his hand. And I was like, this guy, dude. I remember one time.
RJ, by the way, is the producer for Into the Night with Rick Ballou.
On a Sunday, when I was finishing up a game, they asked me to stay an extra hour longer. And I was like, dude, I don't want to be here. And so RJ came in and sat next to me and just stared at me. And I was like, what, are you just going to sit there and look at me the whole time? Just like that. I couldn't stand him. And he's like, I'm sorry. He got up and went in the other room. I felt like
we
MJ.
love you, RJ.
Yeah, now I do.
We're all good. 8 o'clock coming up next.
Quarantine yourself with the ladies of Helmets and Heels.
Are you joking with me right now?
Driven by Tire Outlet.
This is about an adventure.
Tuesday nights from 6 to 8 on 1010XL.
Over the last weeks, we found out exactly what we can and cannot live without. We were told what is essential and non-essential. But here's what we learned. Even though some of us were 6 feet apart, others have never been closer. We've come to appreciate love and our relationships more than ever. At Diamonds Direct, we're now open for business again, ready to get back to our mission. We're so proud to be a part of this community, and we're honored to help you celebrate with the ultimate symbol of love. We have taken every precaution to ensure our stores are clean and safe, and our associates are excited to see you in our showroom. But we are now also offering remote and virtual appointments using the latest technology, along with curbside pickups and overnight delivery, so you have every possible option. All this, of course, on top of the guaranteed best values that you expect from Diamonds Direct. So if you've discovered that someone you can't live without, please visit us. Let us help you find that piece of jewelry that will have a story like no other. And remember, no matter what, Diamonds Direct will always be here because love is essential. Diamonds Direct, your love, our passion.
Pickin here. Did you know that Roof It Right is now offering virtual or contactless appointments? As Florida's preeminent roofer, Roof It Right takes pride in keeping our communities safe. If you're having issues with your roof, go to roofitRightFL.com and schedule your contactless appointment today. Our workers have always been proud to serve our community during difficult times, so we're here if you need us. Roof It Right so you can sleep at night. RoofItRightFL.com. That's RoofItRightFL.com.
JOI Rehab and physician offices remain open and committed to improving the health and function of their patients. They continue to care for patients in a clean and safe environment. For patients who are safer at home or under quarantine, JOI is providing telehealth services through the Zoom platform. Download this free app on your laptop, phone, or tablet. If patients have previously been seen by a therapist or doctor, they're eligible for appointments through Zoom. Call JOI 2000. JOI, where the pros go.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Jaguars fans, this year we've made becoming a season ticket member easier than ever. If you're concerned your financial situation may change, the Jaguars are offering full refunds up to the start of the season. You can defer up to 40% of your 2020 costs into next year with our 2-year agreements, or take advantage of interest-free 7-month payment plans. All designed to get you and your family back to football at the bank. Get all the details at Jaguars.com or by calling 904-633-2000.
J. David Tax Law is here to help individuals and businesses during the coronavirus event. With a $2 trillion stimulus package, the IRS has never been tasked with collecting more. New programs are available to reduce or eliminate your IRS or sales tax debt that will expire on July 15th, 2020. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or at jdavidtaxlaw.com.
No better time to support your local restaurants. Leon Searcy here for Wingstop. All your 6 Wingstop locations are locally owned and operated. Wingstop always has specialized in carryout, but now all locations are delivering. From Orange Park, the North Side, the South Side to the beaches. You know my favorite. I'm a lemon pepper guy. We're here for the community. Order online or download the app. You can pick it up at the store, order at the store to go, or have it delivered.
Can't stop. Wingstop. Right now, they're on their way to disrupt your life, make you uncomfortable, and rob you. Don't bother calling the police. They can't help. That's right. Summer heat and humidity are about to attack North Florida again. You know what to do. Call Mike Merritt. Mike Merritt's Heating and Air has a license to chill. When heat and humidity are attacking you, Mike Merritt provides a comfortable chill at a bargain price. Mike has been keeping North Florida comfortable for 30 years.
This year has brought new challenges, but we've been tested before. Americans are tough and caring. Mike Merritt wants to thank everyone for pulling together, especially those on the front lines who maintain vital services. Mike Merritt is taking special precautions to keep you and their employees safe as well as comfortable. And as always, with Mike Merritt, there are never overtime fees. Whenever you need them, they're here for you. Visit merrittair.com.
Florida license number CACO 50384.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
8 o'clock brought to you every night by Loose Air Quality, LUCE airquality.com. Environmental testing for your home or your business. You're spending a lot of time in the house right now. If you've got bad air quality, you probably realize it right about now. Something's wrong, something's off. It's always humid. Maybe it smells a little funky sometimes.
The air's a little loose.
Yeah. Get that dealt with. Get to Loose Air Quality. Have them come out, do testing, find out what's going on. You don't want mold issues. You don't want to mess around with that. We built a house. And it's like, here's the crazy thing, James. You don't have to have an old house to have mold. We built a house And a year later, there was something that was the builder messed up, and we had mold in like one of the front walls. They had to come in and tear the whole wall down. Like it stunk. Took forever to get taken care of. So you want to get to Loose Air Quality, find out if you have mold issues. That's LUCE airquality.com, or you can give them a call at 904-803-1014. That's 904-803-1014. Loose Air Quality. I feel like most of the show's been 8 o'clock, but if y'all have got anything else.
I do, actually.
Oh, good. Does it have anything to do with the Jordan documentary?
No.
Okay, good.
And it's pretty quick. So on yesterday, Sunday, the Washington Post came out with a story, and it is obviously an opinion piece, but it's from Norman Chad, who used to work for ESPN. He was like the poker guy for a long time, but he was also an NFL guy.
Yeah,
okay?
I didn't know he was an NFL guy. Yeah.
He was. So he wrote this. The pandemic has reminded us we don't need more sports in our lives. We need less.
I agree with that.
Well, I don't. And so I tried to at least click on the article to read it. I'm like, all right, I'll see what he has to say before I just jump to a conclusion. No, I won't, because it's behind a paywall. So I'll never read it.
So you got to pay for it?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you know how you get ratioed on Twitter? Like, you want to have more retweets than comments most of the time on a big story like this.
Mm-hmm.
So he has 344 retweets. How many comments do you think he has?
Just because you're saying it like 10,000.
Yes. 9,000.
Seriously?
Yes. That's got to be a record.
And it's not like it was his decision.
What do you mean?
To put it behind the paywall.
Oh, no.
No, people would probably
They
say
don't
that
care.
whenever.
Yeah.
Nobody
Okay,
nobody reads past the headline
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly.
The one thing I will say from when I was writing at the Gridiron now, and now I still do my stuff with the fifth quarter,
You don't write your headlines.
I don't write my headlines.
You
did
once.
I write the article, which is already salacious enough 9 times out of 10.
What is Denny referring to?
I wrote my first ever article. The first article I ever wrote.
Yes.
Was Alabama. Don't take this ass whooping personally.
When they played Florida State.
It was from the cult classic Harlem Nights when the heavyweight champ told the person, don't take this butt whip it personally. He had a stutter. So
I've never seen it.
It's a great movie.
You guys went on to lose that game, by the way.
Yeah, we did.
Was that the one where Francois got hurt?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What I will say is it did numbers. For
It did do numbers.
From Alabama fans.
James couldn't log into Twitter for about 3 weeks.
Oh, and it got retweeted. It would just get boom, boom, and then.
But he was cashing
I wonder
check.
if I can still find it.
Because it might be on our sportsden page because the guy was taking our stuff and putting it on there. Luckily, because now Gridiron Now is no longer, so you can't see any of those articles. People will, and I don't have that Twitter. It was really the Twitter handle. So like people would take it, find the tweet and then retweet it. So now you can't. That Twitter no longer exists. But yeah, so like people, I found that even forgetting those other articles that I wrote that were really, really good, people were having full arguments with me off of the headline. And like they were saying things that now don't get me wrong, I'm a one take guy, just like our show. Like a lot of times we'll say stuff and I forget what we talked about. People were like, James, your show was hilarious. And I'm like, well, what did we say? Same thing with the articles, but like I could go back at least and look at the hard script and be like, you didn't even read what I said. You made a full thought process.
That one?
That one.
That one you wrote in a cigar bar because I was with you, and we had been there for like 3 hours drinking.
Yes.
Can confirm.
Yes.
No, but that was actually the funniest thing. People were like, some of my best work, well, actually all of my work, I never sat at a laptop and typed. Literally every article that I've ever written has been on an iPhone.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just typing with your thumb.
Typing with my thumb.
And
I
the
don't
notes
know
thing.
how to like I'm trying to show my son how to type. I know how to type, but like to me, I'm sitting there. I go blank. I have writer's block. But you get enough oil.
But if you act like it's Twitter,
that's basically what I'm doing. I'm acting like it's Twitter or a long Facebook post.
That was so funny too. It was like I remember that it was a Friday afternoon, and we were at Island Girl.
The day before the game?
No, it was like
No,
this was preseason.
Yeah, this
was
was
like
preseason.
Oh, okay.
And so James starts talking through this thought process because it was his first thing and I was about to write one with Gridiron Now. So he starts talking about his first article, and next thing you know, it's there, and it's like, okay, what's the headline? And he just comes up with that, and I knew right then. I'm like, yeah, you're about to get paid, man.
A pay per click. Like people would be like, oh, how you feel now? I said, dude, I just bought some Yeezys.
And the funniest, the funniest thing was, Gridiron Now, when you clicked on it, it didn't take you to the article. Remember, it was taking people like an Asian dating site.
Yes.
What?
Low key.
What?
Low key. So you want to know where the fifth quarter came from? So people were lighting me up, and they were just like, "Yo," I'm like, "Dude, I have no control over it." It's like, just click it. It's like if you click it, I'll DM you the rough draft. It's like, but please click the damn link because that's how I get paid.
So it was just the headline name,
and
you had to go through that site to get to.
Yeah. So like, you know how you get pop-ups. You get like the Home Depot, fill this out for a home.
Yeah,
he ain't really getting no card. It's just who we like. And then some of it, like I would tell some people, which I heard it, but I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, yo, you got to clear your cookies because whatever you've been searching is going to target and pop up. So like, you know, one person's like, dude, it's asking me if I want to go on any dates with Mills in the Jacksonville area.
Well, you do,
bruh. Apparently, your queue shows that you want to. But so the guy, my man John from Gridiron Now, came up and said, "Hey, man,
why is it asking me to buy an adult sex doll?"
Basically,
interesting.
He was like, "Dude, what if we charge people $1 to like, and they can see all your articles without
and then you started your little thing.
without the headline. I mean, without the pop-ups." And I was like, "Yeah, you could do it." I wasn't marketing it. I'm like, "Yeah, you could do it. I don't care, but I gotta like." I kind of have to write for them because I write I work for these people. And then it shut down and I was just like, oh, but nah, it was some stuff, especially the things that Florida fans, boy, like Denny almost got, I thought they were going to kill Denny
over what?
Oh, the McElwain.
Over McElwain. Like I was like, McElwain's getting fired, bro, whether he wins or not. He's like, what? Denny wrote a hypothetical. Denny didn't even go all the way in.
They wouldn't let me.
That.
They wouldn't let me.
Like, I was like, man, and he was still getting.
But you were right, though.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
of course.
That's why I gotta go to DC because anytime I go to DC, bad things happen.
So, but back to JJ's point, I actually agree with Norman, chat. I actually do. I
like less sports, but more of the sports we actually care about.
Well, maybe, but it has been. Do I miss sports? Yes. And I actually work in sports, like with both things. So I'm probably a terrible subject to ask this too. But like maybe it's okay if you don't watch sports.
You guys haven't had your favorite sport taken away.
You didn't let me finish.
That's true.
Maybe it's okay if you don't watch sports 7 nights a week until 1 o'clock in the morning when you have 2 kids and a wife at home.
Well, yes, but I'm lonely.
Well, that's okay.
Like I live by myself and I love watching sports every single night.
There's mills around the Jacksonville area looking right now.
And that's true. And this is the thing. I think it's easy for a lot of people to say that now because their favorite sport hasn't been taken away.
What's your favorite sport?
I love baseball and I love basketball and I love soccer and I love boxing. I love all those more than football. And the second they take football away from y'all, you're gonna feel just like I am.
Oh no doubt. No, but football's not on every night either.
It is. I mean, it is. Football's on Monday. At high school on Friday, Saturday's college, Sunday is NFL, and Thursday is the NFL. So it's like it is basically every night.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
And like when it's not on, you're still talking about.
I do have a hate o'clock.
Let's hear it.
Florida Tech.
They're lying.
They are lying.
I'm glad you're pointing this out.
You've heard about this, right, James?
Yes, I saw this young man give a really good tweet. I felt bad for him.
Florida Tech. Division II Florida Tech announced that it is eliminating its football program because of the financial impact of COVID-19.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
Right. I don't believe this at all. Florida Tech was looking for a reason to eliminate its football program and went, oh, we have one. They didn't even give this a chance to affect them financially.
They haven't missed any games.
Nothing. In fact, it saved them money if you want to be real right now. Like kids aren't even at school.
That's But that's to be fair for Florida Tech. And I don't want to be fair. But I'm going to be fair because I've made this point on this very radio station, on this very show. Right when all this COVID stuff started, people were saying, oh my God, my business is going under. I went bankrupt before COVID. Less than a month into this thing. And I said, no, you're using this as an excuse to close your business because you probably had some other things going.
There is some of that.
This is the same. There's some of it. This is the same thing.
There's some of it, but that's much different, dude.
How?
What do you mean? How restaurants are a
No,
cash
I didn't say restaurants.
Like there's a lot of businesses that operate on low margins.
It wasn't even just restaurants.
Florida Tech was not having football to make money. Listen, everybody asks about UNF. Why don't you have football? Why don't you have money? Because at the Division II level, it really doesn't make money. I mean, the thought is it brings in more students.
Right.
That's the thought. But bringing 4,000 people to a game 6 times a year if you're Florida Tech?
They get $4,000?
Maybe,
Or they get
I don't
4,000? No way.
But what I'm saying is just
that don't make you money.
I don't agree with it. I know it's BS, but a lot of this stuff is BS. And a lot of it's real. There are people who are really struggling. But there's also a lot of people like Florida Tech who are using this as an excuse.
I'm going to defend some business owners here on you. Like, I agree. I know what you're saying because I said the same thing. Like 2 weeks you hadn't even missed a paycheck, but I was talking more about individuals. Businesses? I mean, even my business, a
school is very, very similar to a business.
What has happened that Florida Tech, the school, not the businesses
they're not
around
right now. They're not getting any. They're not getting any tuition for the summer. They're not. I mean, unless they're doing something, they might be doing. The summer classes are a little bit different. Obviously, online.
Did people get their tuition reimbursed?
No.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's still they have to pay employees. All that stuff is still going. Like,
I mean, they're not getting
salary.
Like the businesses around it are probably suffering.
Yeah, but the school is to think that the school is not suffering from the way schools write up their stuff. Like.
I've said this before.
A lot of it's inflated anyway.
I feel really bad for the businesses in Gainesville, Tallahassee, all the college towns. Like, I feel really bad for them.
Yes.
I feel really bad for the majority of the workers at the colleges. But you know what? Colleges, y'all have been screwing people for the past decade.
Facts.
You have been raising prices like crazy, knowing that nobody could do anything.
Right.
And now you want everybody to bail you out. And Florida Tech, you're announcing before football's even started that you're eliminating your football program because of COVID?
I don't know the ones in Gainesville, but they're not there anymore. Smith, Sally, and Smith. I forgot. Anyways, Smith, Sally, Smith, Sally,
Jordan's teammates,
and Kellum Hall. No, these were These were dorms at FSU.
Okay.
We called it the projects. They were new in 1960.
Did they have air conditioning?
Units.
Whoa.
A window unit.
It was
awesome though.
Yeah, it's not that
cold.
bad. But they had linoleum floors, so no carpet.
Oh, big time.
The one shower. My high school girlfriend.
For how many people?
27.
A row. Like it was a shower on each side of the hall.
Oh, geez, so it's more than 27.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. My high school.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah, I stayed in there for this thing called Boy State, and it was nasty. And then my high school girlfriend, she stayed there at first, but like
it was a mix between boys.
It was
and
like
girls?
boy floor, girl floor, going on and on. But
yeah, I guarantee you it's not there anymore.
No, they knocked it down like a couple years ago. But my point is, it was built in 60.
Mm-hmm. They were still bankrolling.
Let's say it's like a regular mortgage, 30 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
That thing was good and paid for.
Yes.
And you think they still charged what they charged in 1960 to stay there? No. The room and board consistently went up. I get tuition going up. I gotta tell people, tuition isn't what kills you. I was poor, so Pell Grant would have covered my tuition. It's the damn room and board that you can't afford. That you got to live somewhere. You got to eat.
And most people aren't getting Pell Grants. It's crazy expensive to go to college now, man. It's insane. Like if you don't want, or if you are, I remember my brother had to even get into UF. That's a whole nother thing. It's so hard to even get in.
If you're not getting Pell Grant, it's because it's either beneficial to you to be still on mommy and daddy, or you're just too lazy to get a job. Because if you
what do you have to do to get a Pell Grant?
If you switch to independent, like basically go get a job and work there, like work a part-time job for a few months in that city, you are an independent and you qualify for full Pell Grant, which is
And
like
that-
27, 28, something like that. I forgot how much it was.
That's why tuitions are so expensive, because like the government said, hey, we'll match whatever the tuition is, and it's like, yeah, you'll do that for some people, but for everybody else, you're paying insane prices, and it's been doing that for 30 years now.
I know rich people.
Like when our parents would go to college, if they went to college, it was pretty cheap.
Bro,
I know rich people who put college on credit cards, and you know what they just did when they didn't want to pay for it anymore? Just let it default. They had enough credit. They had enough other cards to be able to live.
When I went, it was like $120 a credit hour.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, you could, an average person could afford that. Now it's just
you're going to be in debt for years when you get out of school.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the economics of Florida Tech, but I'm going to have a hard time believing.
It seems fishy, doesn't it?
Yeah, that you are eliminating your football program solely because of the financial impact of COVID-19. That's hard for me to believe, especially when you're keeping all 120 players on some type of scholarship.
That's what I feel bad for in all this.
Because scholarships, again, it's fudging the numbers. They do not create a class for any athlete. FSU, again, I can only use FSU, which Florida Tech probably has something similar. There are 500 student athletes. Now, Florida Tech might be a little bit, because it's a private school, so that might...
Is it?
Isn't it? I'm assuming, isn't it? Or is it a public school? I don't know, whatever. It ain't as big. I know it's probably not as big as Florida State.
There's 6,402.
Yeah. So I don't know.
My gosh. It is a private. Average cost after financial aid annually.
What?
32,000.
Yeah, no.
57% graduation rate.
Yeah, but it's because nobody can afford to graduate.
Mm-hmm.
My point is that they're not creating classes for the student athlete. They need, like, I think if I'm to believe Bert Kirshner, the comedian, you only need like 12 to 13 people in a class for it to be able to go.
Bert Kreischer, I think.
Yeah.
Did he go to FSU?
He went to FSU. Okay, that Russian story is hilarious.
A machine.
Yeah.
It was on a school
you heard it. Yeah. So the thing is that if they were creating classes for athletes, I would be like, okay, that is a real cost. But that class was going to go no matter what. Like, you were going to have it whether the athletes were there or not. So, and again, somebody pays the athletic department, which is under the university, to pay the university. It's like almost like, all right, you give Angie a stipend out of her money, and then she buys, then she pays you to go do something. All you did was just flip-flop money.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole world, essentially.
Yeah, but it's even worse when it's actually under one umbrella.
Yeah. Well, all I want to say about this is bump you, Florida Tech. That's it. We got to take a break.
They weren't beating West Florida anyway.
We're way behind. We'll be right back.
Stuck at home?
Mass hysteria! Enough! I get the point!
We can help. Say, Alexa, open 1010XL skill. Stuck at home with your kids?
I almost like it, but I don't.
Sorry, you're on your own.
You can't control the health of your environment around you, but you can control the health of your own home or business with Martin Environmental. We are licensed in mold detection and removal to help your family and business stay healthy. Give us a call at 737-1034 and let our experts come to your home or business and test for mold and indoor air quality. Call Martin Environmental today at 737-1034. That's 737-1034. Martin Environmental.
Been feeling a little cooped up lately? Well, you should buy a boat. Want to get away from people for a while? You should buy a boat. Been dying to get back on the water? You should buy a boat. Want to finance up to 100% of a new boat and get 60 days of no payments? Then you should buy a boat. With the help of One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. For a limited time, you can also get a free entry into the Greater Jacksonville Kingfish Tournament with your boat loan. Apply online at 121fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA. Isn't it time you bought a boat?
To help stop the spread of COVID-19, keep the economy going, and help those in need, Zero Res is offering 25% off all services. That's cleaning carpet, area rugs, tile and grout, upholstery, everything. 25% off everything. We also ask that you submit someone that you know that is in need. Zero Res will clean the carpets in the home of one family in need each day, absolutely free. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Keeping farms running, construction moving, and towns maintained is essential. That's why Kubota is working to keep you working. Right now, get 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. Offer expires May 31st. Visit KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. Kubota. Together, we do more.
Call or visit Coastal Equipment, your Kubota dealer. Here to serve you in these challenging times. Coastal Equipment, Jacksonville, and in McClenny.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
It could get a little warm on the Roof It Right hot seat.
Would you mind not breathing fire on me?
When players and NFL experts join Jaguars today from 10 to noon on 1010XL. Roof It Right. Roof it right so you can sleep at night.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about first-class service. From the first phone call to the final inspection, Superior Fence and Rail's professional team delivers with great communication, friendly installers, and quality fence products. There's a reason why Superior Fence and Rail is the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville, and it all starts with their professional team. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your new fence today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
At David & Associates, our mission is to practice exceptional orthodontics and go above and beyond to ensure a pleasant and rewarding patient experience. Our new state-of-the-art dental facility has the latest orthodontic technology. At our office, we pride ourselves on offering outstanding and affordable orthodontic care. You can start braces for only $129 per month, financed in-house with no interest or fees. Don't want to wear braces? We are the clear aligner experts. For around $79 a month, less than you would pay for your daily coffee. You can do the most complex case with unlimited aligners, case refinements, and full retainers. The total fee is only $39.95. For cases requiring 10 aligners or less, the fee is only $24.95 or payments as low as $49 per month. We accept most insurance assignments, so for many, the above fees are reduced by nearly half. Call David & Associates for a free consultation for a beautiful smile that can last a lifetime.
It's been a challenging year, and exceptional people have risen to the occasion. Now's the time to recognize them. Know someone who's making an impact in our community? Nominate them to be this year's TIAA Bank Community Champion. Each winning nominee will receive a $1,000 donation towards their cause and will share their story with the world. Visit TIAABank.com/community champion for details, terms, and conditions. The deadline to nominate is June 26th. Visit TIAABank.com/community champion.
Take advantage of working from home and get that project or spring cleaning done now. Rick Ballou here for Small Haul Dumpsters. They offer short-term dumpster rental with low rates and zero hidden fees. Saving you more on any size cleanup. Give Small Haul Dumpsters a call today at 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com to reserve your small haul dumpster today and get $50 off your first rental. Call today, 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Get to thehumidor.com, order you some cigars, like a bunch of them, shipped right to your house from thehumidor.com. And when you check out, type in sportsden, all lowercase, all one word, and you'll get 20% off your order. That easy. That's what we do for you. Caesar Sportsbook came out with odds for MVP for the NFL. Of course, Patrick Mahomes is favored 4-1.
You mean the guy that wouldn't make the playoffs if he was a Jaguar?
Mm-hmm. Exactly what I mean.
Still can't believe that.
That is not anything negative about Patrick Mahomes as much as it is about the Jags. Who is second? Lamar Jackson is second at 13-2.
Okay.
Dak is next.
He ain't even got a contract.
At 9-1. But yeah, I guess you do have to put the Dallas Cowboys quarterback because if they make any kind of run, he's going to be every week. He's going to be a feature game. Russell Wilson is next at 12-1. Christian McCaffrey at 40-1. He's the highest of any non-quarterback. Other quarterbacks with better odds than McCaffrey are Tom Brady at 16-1, Kyler Murray at 16-1, Drew Brees at 20-1, and Aaron Rodgers at 25-1. Y'all find it interesting that Tom Brady has that much higher odds than Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers?
Because if he does anything, and I mean anything, they're going to give it to him.
I kind of get Kyler Murray. I saw everybody tweeting out, like, why is Kyler Murray on here? Because Kyler Murray's exciting. And so if he puts together any type of, and I'm not saying he's this, but he could put together a Lamar Jackson type of year where you're seeing his highlights on the top 10 every single Sunday night. And next thing you know, you look up and they're 9-7 at the end of the year, and you've got to consider him. And he finishes in the top 5 in voting. Like, if you really sit back and watch Kyler Murray, I don't know if he's going to be any good or not, but the dude is exciting.
D-Hop there as well.
That's right. Forgot about that. The last non-quarterback to win the award. Does anybody want to take a guess?
Adrian Peterson.
You read this earlier.
No, I didn't.
You're right.
Oh, wow, really?
Nice. That's been a long-ass time then.
2012.
My second guess was Le'Veon.
2012.
He won it.
No.
I see that I'm in the nose.
I mean, you won a Grammy for this.
Yeah.
This is probably why I said CJ's was good.
Oh my
Because
God,
this
we
is
haven't
way-
even
CJ's
talked
is
about
way
that.
better.
CJ who?
I mean, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
He's got a rap thing?
Yes.
After he,
Well,
I
that
think,
sounded really.
I think,
old.
yeah, that
He's got a
sounded
rap
very-
thing?
sounded very
Hippity hop
sounded
song.
very
He's got one of them rhymes?
It was.
How many times do we have to teach you this
I'm
lesson,
gonna be
old
honest with you,
man?
Denny. I took your side
Okay.
after listening to it
Okay. I didn't hear it. but-
because
We
if,
sent it to you on Twitter.
if he,
I don't ever pay attention to
It's not
what's else.
great.
if that's what he was doing and that's what he's got going on,
It was that bad?
then he does have character issues. And
He's talking a lot about drugs and
Yeah.
guns and women. And
it's the part that bothers me, right? And like, you work really hard. Like, you work your ass off to like get out the hood, out the projects. And I don't know if this is how he grew up because in the Twitter
I
he
wanna
said
do hood rat stuff with my
on the
friends.
Twitter he said, "I've never been in trouble. I've been an upstanding individual."
He did say that.
And then when you listen to his rap,
you're like, damn.
I'm like, damn, dude, you moving keys.
Well, I was shooting people.
Yeah, you had that. You was Aaron Hernandez, the
Funny
straight
do
version.
bad things.
But like, he had one bar that I can't say that I like. But shout out to my boy Future Hendrix. Like, that's something.
Was
that we
it
would all-
one about putting a thumb
Yeah.
somewhere?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
that's the
thumb.
one that stuck out to me.
Yeah, that
too.
bar was dope. But everything else, I was just like, yo, you could have kept
And-
that. The beat was hot.
It was so Gainesville, the video, because he's standing on
A bunch.
There
of
was a
meat.
video?
like
I'm
a,
going to have to go
a
back and watch
Honda Accord from like 1987.
It was a
And then at the end, to make it way more Gainesville, it's a truck in a field with two fat women in the back.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was a bunch of mid in the video, which is what was really the most disappointing. Like every stereotype
Like,
that
you're
we
the
used to
NFL.
have about like Gainesville and like this, and one of the negative recruiting things was that
the women.
I was trying to figure out how to say it. Like the women are
Well, also,
a
I
little
will-
bit north and a little bit
I'll
south.
just
The
say
women are a
that
little bit hot.
Florida State's women are amazing.
Yeah.
I won't say
So-
anything negative about
Yeah,
Gainesville,
okay.
but
I said Florida State women are
are
amazing.
amazing.
The women in Coral Gables are amazing.
Yeah.
I've heard. I don't understand why Jeremy Pruitt went to Georgia because I heard the women are amazing.
Yeah,
but
it's impressive.
I will say Chauncey.
And Ole Miss is.
That's one I've
solid.
heard as well.
Yeah, Chauncey did a rap video. We'll go with not Chauncey. Yeah, Chauncey. Chauncey did a rap video. So
I'll go back and watch it now.
but
It was,
like-
it was on the Twitter.
Make sure your kids aren't around because
It was on Twitter that y'all sent, not our
Yeah,
text,
on the
but on
Twitter.
Twitter.
On the
yeah,
Twitter.
it's graphic.
How many receivers have won the NFL MVP?
Jerry Rice. That's it.
None.
Jerry Rice never won.
No receiver has ever won NFL MVP. That's crazy, isn't it?
It is.
Like I would have
I think
guessed.
any position that you just really have to, like, you have to have, like, help with, like, it's hard to beat MVP.
So it's pretty much running backs or
Yeah, like running backs.
Quarterback.
like did
You can get the ball you could get if you're a good running back, you're gonna get the ball 20, 25 times, 20 to 30 times, right?
Right.
On just running it,
Well,
not even
back
including
then.
pass. But like quarterback touches the ball every play. Receiver, if you are a great receiver and you have an average of 10 targets, like that's just not enough.
You're right.
Opportunities.
Yeah, I'm looking. LaDainian Tomlinson won it.
He had like 2,000 yards that year, I believe.
06. Sean Alexander won it.
It was awesome.
In 05.
That was the year they
That
went to
guy's
the Super
career
Bowl.
fell off hard.
Yeah. So, what's the dude's name with the teeth? Strahan? He
Michael
didn't win it
Strahan.
when he had 20-something
I thought
sacks?
he was the defensive.
And defensive players don't win the MVP, bro.
Man, if you've got 20-something sacks, you should win the MVP.
But
There's a defensive
What year
player
was
of the
that,
year,
I
right?
wonder? I wonder who won it that year.
Favre, probably.
That would be hysterical.
The guy who fell over for him. That was in 2001.
Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner
Bag boy.
won it.
I mean, they were putting up crazy numbers back then.
Yeah. Rich Gannon won it in 02.
They were putting up crazy numbers. That was Jerry Rice was on that team as well.
Oh, that was the Jerry Rice Raiders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went to the
It's interesting
Super
looking
Bowl,
through some
right?
of
They
these.
lost, but they got there.
Brian Sipe won it in 1980.
Who's that?
Isn't he the dude that was in the Jordan
Isn't that what
documentary
you-
that went off for 40-something points?
Isn't that what had people crippled? Like a virus that got people the sight?
He was a quarterback for the Browns.
Oh, wow.
1980. Yeah. Yeah.
He got
Probably
it
the
for
best
having a
quarterback
job
they've
that
ever
nobody
had.
wanted.
Yeah. Who's the best quarterback? Who had the most success in the NFL out of Miami?
Testaverde, maybe?
Testaverde?
Oh,
Gino?
Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly.
Oh,
Jim Kelly.
Jim.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
4 straight Super Bowls.
Yeah,
I
that's
just can't
right.
believe they
Hall of
couldn't win
Famer.
one of those, man.
I saw something
That's
the other day.
crazy. How do you lose 4 straight?
I saw something the other day with all of the, and I'm just going to go ahead and concede this. Nobody is even close when it comes to what they've produced in the NFL to Miami. It's not even. There's nobody even remotely close.
Ohio State, right?
When you look, when you
Ohio
look at the
State's new run?
names, when you look at the names
Oh, I agree
and the
with you. I was just
defense you
trying
could
to
put together,
think of a second.
and the running backs you could put together,
Wide receivers.
yeah, it is.
Tight ends.
It makes you wonder. And I am not trolling on here, but God, what happened?
The bag man left.
Is that literally all it
It's
was?
as simple as that. We stopped getting kids from Miami.
That's what it really was.
Yeah, but why? Because they stopped
Because
paying.
it happens with
Has to
every.
be that.
It happens with everybody. One Florida kids don't want to stay home.
Uncle Luke got morals.
No, Uncle Luke was never really the bad guy.
He was a
Like-
draw.
Like Two
He was a
Live Crew
draw.
wasn't that big.
In South
no,
Florida?
South Florida was pretty big.
But was he? Do you
They were
think
one of the first platinum.
he was
rap
made of?
groups.
Oh, they went platinum.
Yeah, dude, in South Florida, they were
Like,
massive.
you got to think like they.
So we're talking tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, they took advantage of the dance scene before everybody else. So like they were playing Two Live Crew every HBCU campus, which they're spread out all over the place, and like Vegas and all these other spots. And he threw massive parties, and it also helps when the government hates you. And,
Yes.
and one way
Boost
to
record sales.
one way to make little white kids that you were trying to protect want to listen to something more
Tell them they
is
can't
to
listen.
tell them they can't listen to it and make a big spectacle of it. Like, we're not against rap. We're not against rappers. But no, it's just, he made a lot of that stuff. So, but
All right, I apologize.
Yeah,
yeah,
you should. Don't come after Two Live.
I just assumed he was like a $1 million guy as opposed to like a $10 million guy.
I guess we do need to. Are you really playing this?
oh, that's not that one. Oh, I thought you was about to play.
I don't know any other one.
We got to take our last break.
Yeah, we do.
We're up against it. We'll be right back.
The station with the best Jaguars coverage when Jag News breaks. Hear it first on 1010XL, 92.5 FM.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Urgent Ortho Service will now treat patients on a walk-in basis with no appointment needed. Avoid sick patients in ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. The SOS expert team will treat orthopedic and all sports injuries, including on-site bracing, splinting, and casting. Visit their website at sc-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
It's never been more important that we unite together.
To give whatever we can.
To make the biggest impact possible.
We're all in this together.
Everyone.
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 We need you.
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 If you are able,
Give.
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 Please give.
We can do this.
United. Together. Together united. This is the way.
Please give.
Text United for Jax to 51555.
Thank you.
J. David Tax Law is here to help individuals and businesses during the coronavirus event. With a $2 trillion stimulus package, the IRS has never been tasked with collecting more. New programs are available to reduce or eliminate your IRS or sales tax debt that will expire on July 15th, 2020. Call J. David Tax Law for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777 or at jdavidtaxlaw.com.
Emergencies happen when you least expect them. Cross are here for your 24/7 Fenwick Plumbing team. They're an essential business. That means they're open, fully staffed, and ready to fix your emergencies, whether they're leaks, drips, or more, without any emergency fees, by the way. Plus, Fenwick goes above and beyond on every call with frequent hand washing, disinfectant, shoe covers, drop cloths. You can take $50 off any repair right now when you call 660-0556 or visit FenwickPlumbing.com. That's FenwickPlumbing.com.
We are open. Stuck at home and sick of cooking? Make tonight taco night for the family. Order a Moe's take-home taco kit, which feeds 4 to 6 people for only $34.99. Build your own tacos at home with your choice of 2 proteins, lettuce, cheese, pico, and all the toppings, along with a bowl of Moe's famous queso. Family time is better with a Moe's take-home taco kit. Order online at Moe's.com or through the Moe's app. Available for pickup, curbside, and delivery.
McKeever Clinic is home to the first advanced prostate cancer center in Jacksonville. This is Dr. West, urologist at McKeever Clinic. Our clinic is staffed with 2 urologists that specialize in advanced prostate cancer care and management. You'll also have a dedicated nurse navigator that will coordinate timing, medications, insurance, and patient assistance. We're conveniently located off AC Skinner Parkway on the south side. Contact our specialists at McKeever at 355-6583 to discuss your treatment options.
Get your morning up to par.
Yes.
With Brunch with the Tour.
Tour news, tips, and inside info. Brought to you by
Renewal by Anderson. A better way to a better window. Wednesday morning on 1010XL.
Pickin here letting you know that in these uncertain times, one thing you cannot be uncertain about is your car. Whether in an emergency or having to go grocery shopping, your car is more important than you know. So go to the local guys you can trust. American Transmission. For more than 30 years, they're master certified technicians, having taken care of your car's needs from bumper to bumper. American Transmission is open now to serve you with 2 locations, Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Boulevard. Call them now at 396-3766, 396-3766.
Peninsular Pest Control will tell you that fleas can enter your home on your pets or even your own shoes. Treating them correctly and breaking their life cycle is the only way to control fleas both inside and outside in the yard. Call Peninsular today at 389-3491 for a free consultation or go online to crittergetter.com. Ask about the $30 discount on new services. Remember, Peninsular is your Critter Getter.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick, or we can help any homeowner safely declutter.
J-Dog is now extending their friends and family discount to everyone in Jax. Through May 15th, you'll get 20% off junk hauls. 20% off at J-Dog Junk Removal. Offer may not apply to minimum orders. Call for qualification details.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Tua, $30.3 million with a signing bonus of $19.8.
Why do we care about the signing bonus in the first round? It's all guaranteed.
I guess because that's what he got today.
Oh, yeah, fact.
Bought his mom a Cadillac.
So that's how it works? I thought they split it up. Or I guess
some do.
I don't know.
I'd have to look at that. That used to be, right? Used to, because there's that old story of Peyton Manning driving around with like this huge multi-million-dollar check but had no money in his account.
By the way, Tua will be wearing number 1 because he's the number 1 quarterback taken from this draft class.
Is he really wearing number 1 though?
Yeah, I like it.
I'm glad he's not wearing 13.
Well, they retired it.
Yeah, but there was talk that they were going to bring it out for him.
Which would have been ridiculous.
Yeah, you
Make
can't
your
start
own
doing
way.
that.
You only have one amazing player in your entire franchise career.
Wasn't Dante Culpepper number 1?
Was he? I don't know.
Dante Culpepper and me went to the same middle school. Fun fact.
You should know, JJ.
Yeah, I don't.
Isn't he like
no,
a
he was
legend?
number 11.
Okay. Don't they have
He
like
is
streets,
a legend in Ocala.
streets for him named in Ocala?
Not quite.
Warren Moon was number 1.
Yeah, but he wasn't in Miami though.
Well, I know. Well, I mean, I'm just saying. I couldn't think of any other quarterbacks that were number 1. Can y'all think of any?
No, it's like a kicker number or punter number.
I mean, I can't think of a single other quarterback outside of Warren Moon.
Yeah, Randall Cunningham was 7.
Yeah. Oh, Cam.
Oh yeah, of
Yeah, I
course.
forgot about Cam.
He got a cool painting today.
It's his birthday, isn't it?
Yeah. There was a meeting with him and Kobe. Oh no, Randall Cunningham was one. Michael Vick.
Oh, Blackman.
Murray.
I was talking more about NFL, but okay.
Oh, future NFL player.
Oh, Kyler Murray's wearing 1?
That's what this Sports Illustrated thing is talking about.
What's up with Blackman, by the way?
They have 110 players that have worn number 1 in NFL history. But 18 of them have been quarterbacks. Murray, Newton, Moon, Jeff George, Troy Smith, Don Majowski, Randall Cunningham, Terrell Pryor.
Wait,
Michael
why are
Vick,
all these
Kellen
guys
Clemens, Matt Stevens, BJ Daniels, shout out to the crib, your boy Josh Dobbs, Dan Etling, Jim Hardy, Josh Johnson, Kyle Slaughter, and Josh Woodruff.
So you didn't even know Dobbs, did he?
No.
Damn, man.
No idea. If you would have asked me what number he wore, I would have not have guessed 1. All right, we'll be back on Wednesday night. Our nice day off tomorrow in the middle of the week. We'll talk to you Wednesday night at 9 o'clock.
Fires into the end zone.
1010XL. 1010XL. Jacksonville's football station. 1010XL. 92.5 FM.
That ball's out again. Ngakwe hitting that time.
This is Unique Ngakwe from the Jacksonville Jaguars. You're listening to the flagship station, 1010XL.
Jacksonville has fallen on it for a touchdown.
For more than 80 years, Nissan has been with you through thick and thin, and now is no different. To help in these uncertain times, we're offering flexible or deferred payments on select models for current and future NMAC customers, and special savings across our lineup. This is help when you need it. For more information on payment and financing options, visit nissanusa.com today. For well-qualified buyers, terms and conditions apply. Dealer participation may vary. Offer ends 5/4/20.
Over the last weeks, we found out exactly what we can and cannot live without. We were told what is essential and non-essential. But here's what we learned. Even though